Hello, this is Jerry Tuttle, back for another evening of Dell Web Traditions trivia. A few preliminaries. The most important one is that you're on the honor system, no using electronic help, and please choose the best answer, even if it's not the right answer. So round one is the 70s. Number one, who broke the Major League Baseball all-time home run record in 1974? Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Pete Rose, Carl Yastrzemski. Two, the 26th Amendment became law in 1971. What did it ratify? It banned poll taxes in federal elections, ensuring citizens could not be denied the right to vote based on failure to pay a tax. Changes to the salary of those in Congress should not take effect until the next election. Ensures Washington, D.C. had electors in the Electoral College. The vice president will take office and take over the role of president if the president is removed from office, resigns, or dies. Or voting rights for any American citizen over 18. Number three, what was the first grocery product scanned with a UPC barcode in 1974? A box of Cheerios, a bottle of Coca-Cola, a pack of Wrigley's chewing gum, a package of Wonder Bread, or a Swanson TV dinner. Four, which member of the British royal family was the victim of failed kidnap attempt on March 20th, 1974? Princess Anne, Prince Charles, Prince Edward, Queen Elizabeth II, or Susan, the first Corgi dog? Five, in August 1979, which sport saw 15 participants die in one event? Big wave surfing, mountain climbing, rugby, soccer, yachting. Now the first of several bad jokes. Fred takes Sal to his favorite bar. They're sitting at the bar and Fred asks Sal, well, how do you like my favorite bar? Sal says, it's okay, but why do they have numbers on the back of bar stools? Fred says, oh, I forgot to tell you, if the bartender calls the number of your bar stool, you get to go to the back room and have sex. Sal says, wow, that's a great deal. Have you ever won? Fred says, no, but my wife has 3 times. Groan. Answers. The correct answer to A is Hank Aaron, which was the 1974 breaking of the home run. Barry Bonds broke Aaron's record in 2007. The 26th Amendment, the correct answer is E, voting rights for any American citizen over 18. All the others were not 1970s events. Number three, the barcode was a pack of Wrigley chewing gum at a supermarket in Troy, Ohio. It took decades after the barcode was invented to translate into a functional standardized system. The British royal family, the answer is Princess Anne. And as the kidnapper attempted to kidnap her, she is supposed to have said, not bloody likely. And five, the answer is yachting. The climax of a 5-race Admiral's Cup due to a worse than expected European windstorm. The next round is television. Question 6. What actor played the nosy British neighbor in the TV show The Jeffersons? Orson Bean, Paul Benedict, John Cleese, Ricky Gervais, or however you say that, John Lithgow. Number 7, which television show is about a woman with psychic abilities who helps the police solve crimes? Cold Case, Ghost Whisperer, High Potential, Medium, The Mentalist. Question 8, certainly you remember the actor Jimmy Smits. He played in all the following TV shows except Bluff City Law, East New York, L.A. Law, Law and Order, West Wing. Question 9, this one is probably a little tougher. Match these actors' real names with their faced initial. So number 1 is Martinez, number 2 is Merkerson, number 3 is Pounder, number 4 is Simmons, number 5 is Wong. The correct first initials to choose from are A, B, C, J, S. So I'm looking for an answer such as 1 is A, 2 is B, and so on. You need to get all 5 correct. Number 10, the TV show Dallas had the famous 1980 cliffhanger, Who Shot JR? However, when the series ended in 1991, there was a series finale cliffhanger. And what was that cliffhanger? A blazing house fire, Bobby's death, Bobby's resurrection, JR's apparent suicide, or an unidentified female corpse in the South Fork swimming pool. Bad joke number 2. A man goes to the doctor worried about his wife's temper. The doctor says, I have a cure for that. When it seems that your wife is getting angry, just take a glass of water and start swishing it in your mouth. Just swish and swish, but don't swallow it until she either leaves the room or calms down. 2 weeks later, the man comes back to the doctor looking fresh and reborn. The man says, Doctor, that was a brilliant idea. Every time my wife started losing it, I swished with water. I swished, and she calmed right down. How does a glass of water do that? The doctor says the water itself does nothing. It's keeping your mouth shut that does the trick. The answers: who played the nosy British neighbor in The Jeffersons? Paul Benedict, who was known for telling boring, pointless stories about his past. Number 7, the answer is Medium. Medium, with Patricia Arquette, used her psychic abilities to solve crimes. Ghost Whisperer, which sounds like it might have been the right answer, with Jennifer Love Hewitt, used her abilities to help the living resolve their issues. Number 8, Jimmy Smits played in all of the following except Law and Order. He was in NYPD Blue, partnered with Dennis Franz, not in Law and Order. And he was in Miami Vice in one episode, but was killed in the first 5 minutes. The answer to 9 is 1 is A. He is A. Martinez. His first initial is not followed by a period. Number 2 is S. Number 3 is C, and she's CCH with no periods. Number 4 is J.K. Simmons, and number 5 is B.D. Wong with no periods. 10, the series finale cliffhanger is D, an apparent suicide. It was resolved in the reunion movie that had J.R. shot at the mirror where a demonic spirit was appearing to him, and then he fled to Europe, recovering 5 years later. The next round is music. I Want to Hold Your Hand was the largest selling physical, not digital, single of the Beatles in the US. What was their second largest physical, not digital single in sales? Help, Hey Jude, Let It Be, She Loves You, Yesterday. Number 12, Smokey Robinson of the Miracles is a prolific songwriter. He wrote all of the following songs, first recorded by another group, except Ain't That Peculiar, Dancing in the Street, My Guy, Please Mr. Postman, The Way You Do the Things You Do. 13, for many years, the length of pop songs were limited to about 3 minutes, particularly for AM radio play. The current longest hit song is Taylor Swift's All Too Well at 10 minutes 13 seconds. Whose previous record did she break? The Beatles' Hey Jude, Don McLean, American Pie, Eagles' Hotel California, Temptations' Papa Was a Rolling Stone, or USA for Africa, We Are the World. Number 14, what singer appeared around Christmas on David Letterman's show for many years, and she was dubbed by Letterman as the Christmas Queen? Mariah Carey, Patti LaBelle, Darlene Love, Ronnie Spector, Dionne Warwick. Number 15, Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire covers 119 events between 1949 and 1989. Which of the following events is specifically mentioned? The Iran-Contra affair, Martin Luther King assassination, Montgomery bus boycott, Munich Olympics terrorist attack, or Watergate? Bad joke number three. A mother invited some people to dinner. At the table, she turned to her 6-year-old daughter and said, "Would you like to say the blessing?" The daughter says, "I wouldn't know what to say." "Just say what you hear Mommy say," the woman answered. The daughter bowed her head and said, "Lord, why on earth did I invite all these people to dinner?" Answers. Uh, the second largest selling Beatle record was Hey Jude at approximately 4 million copies. Smokey Robinson wrote all the following except Please Mr. Postman, and that's the song Deliver the Letter, the Sooner the Better. He did not write that one. The length of pop songs, Taylor Swift broke Don McLean's record at 8:37. Hey Jude was certainly a long record, but not as long as Don McLean. And in Billy Joel's The Entertainer, he writes about his own song Piano Man. It was a beautiful song, but it ran too long. If you're going to have a hit, you got to make it fit. And so they cut it down to 3:05. Number 14, it was Darlene Love, former lead singer of the Crystals, whose signature Christmas song is Baby Please Come Home. And she sang it on Letterman's Song for just short of 30 years. Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, with which of the following is specifically mentioned? It's Watergate. The others are not specifically mentioned. The next round is movies. Premiere Magazine listed the 100 greatest movie performances of all time through 2006. Which of the following actors is not on the list? Tony Curtis, Samuel L. Jackson, George C. Scott, John Travolta, Christopher Walken. 17, which movie contains the line, "Shut up, just shut up, you had me at hello"? Four Weddings and a Funeral, Jerry Maguire, Picture Perfect, Sleepless in Seattle, While You Were Sleeping. 18, in the movie Moneyball, which actor played the numbers guy who used advanced statistics to suggest which players the team should draft? Chris Farley, Jonah Hill, Bill Murray, Seth Rogen, Jason Segel. 19, in the 63 movie It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, about pursuit of a suitcase of cash by a group of strangers. This was an all-star cast composed mostly of comedians, including all the following except Milton Berle, Mel Brooks, Sid Caesar, Buddy Hackett, Mickey Rooney. Number 20, in the movie The Hangover, three men awaken after a bachelor party to find a tiger in the bathroom. Who shows up to claim the tiger? George Foreman, Larry Holmes, Penn and Teller, Siegfried and Roy, Mike Tyson. Bad joke number 4. A little boy asked his mother, "How did you and Daddy meet?" The mother replied, "I was eating in a restaurant when this gorgeous, handsome man walked past me and caught my eye. I knew straight away I wanted to marry him." The boy said, "And then what happened?" She said, "He wasn't interested, so I ended up with your father instead." Here are the answers. Tony Curtis is not on the list. These are the movies for the other four. 17, which movie contains the line, shut up, you just had me at hello"? Jerry Maguire as Tom Cruise to Renee Zellweger. Moneyball is Jonah Hill, and this movie popularized data analysis, using data to gain a competitive advantage. 19, Mel Brooks is not in the It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And 20, The Hangover, Mike Tyson appears and knocks out one of the three main actors. The always popular Poo-Pourri. Which country has the most islands? Canada, Finland, Indonesia, Japan, Sweden. What country has the most official languages? Bolivia, India, South Africa, Switzerland, Zimbabwe. Of the following, which Broadway musical has the most number of revivals? Fiddler on the Roof, My Fair Lady, Porgy and Bess, Showboat, West Side Story. Which American TV show in production today has the most episodes to date? Access Hollywood, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, The Price is Right, The Young and the Restless. From the following list, which American author has published the most fiction books? Louis L'Amour, James Patterson, Nora Roberts, Danielle Steele, R.L. Stein. Bad joke number 5, and my favorite bad joke of the season. Mrs. Parks, the sixth grade teacher, asked the class which human body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated. The room went dead silent. Jaws dropped. A few kids turned beet red. Then little Mary shot up from her chair, horrified. You shouldn't ask us stuff like this. I'm telling my parents. You're going to get fired. Finally, little Billy hesitantly raised his hand. Is it the pupil of the eye? Mrs. Parks smiled. Correct. Then she turned to Mary and said, and as for you, young lady, I have 3 things to say. 1, you have a dirty mind. 2, you didn't do your reading homework. And 3, and one day, you're going to be very, very disappointed. Answers: the most islands is E, Sweden. The most official languages is Bolivia with 37, 36 indigenous language plus Spanish. 23, the most musicals of this list is Porgy and Bess with 7 revivals. 24, the most episodes is C, General Hospital. 25 of that list, which American authors published the most fiction books, the answer is E. R. L. Stein with 430 plus. Although not on the list are a number of authors with more books, including the authors of the Berenstain Bears. Some tiebreakers. All of the following were pro athletes who starred in a TV series except Fred Dwyer, Ken Howard, Ed Marinaro, Merlin Olsen, Bob Uecker. 27 on the TV show The Nanny, starring Fran Drescher, which was the character's occupation before becoming a nanny. Actress, elementary school teacher, sold cosmetics, sold household appliances, waitress. Can't wait for the answers. We do have a sing-along, but I'm but I'm not doing it for this. All of the following are pro athletes who starred in a TV series except, and the correct answer is B, Ken Howard was not a pro athlete. I really wanted Joe Namath as a potential wrong answer to this, as a pro athlete who did not star in a TV series, but it turns out he was in a 3-episode series, so I couldn't use Joe Namath. And the nanny sold cosmetics. That's it. The next trivia event is 2006. Thanks very much for listening, and see you.